This is The Scoop for Tuesday.
I'm Sean Kinane with the WMNF News headlines. Florida House Speaker Daniel Perez reported that his net worth grew more than 20% heading into his final year as a legislative leader. The Miami Republican, who has often clashed on policy issues with Governor DeSantis, reported a net worth of $3.5 million on December 31st. That's up from $2.9 million at the end of 2024. According to his annual financial disclosure report posted on the Florida Commission on Ethics website. The brief financial disclosure report, which generally lists assets, liabilities, and income, was posted yesterday. The city of Dunedin wants to redesign the seawall off Josiah Cephas Weaver Park. The project aims to restore shoreline stability and natural habitat. It would add oyster bells, mangroves, and accessibility features to the seawall. Natalie Glass, Dunedin's sustainability program manager, says the project would cost nearly $2.2 million if done at once. She spoke at a recent Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council meeting.
This is challenging to get up to these larger amounts from our budget standpoint, and especially given right now that we have $100,000 dedicated to this project.
The project is still in the design stages, and it's unclear when it would be completed. A Miami immigrant rights advocate joined community members and faith leaders in Clearwater for a weekly vigil, calling for immigrant justice. WMNF's Daria Mironova reports on why advocates continue gathering outside the Pinellas County Justice Center every Sunday.
Ariane Betancourt, a Miami-based community catalyst with the Workers' Circle, became a leading voice for immigrant justice after her father was detained by ICE in October 2025. On Sunday, Betancourt spoke at the vigil outside the Pinellas County Justice Center. She also described what it was like to see her father after he was released from immigration detention in May.
I was really hurting to see him like that. To see that my dad had lost 50 pounds, that he couldn't walk, that his speech was slurred. It was hard.
The peaceful protest was organized by the Florida Interfaith Coalition and the League of Women Voters of the St. Petersburg area. Community leader Courtney Prokopis says the weekly gathering has become a safe space where people can share their experiences and find support.
It's our 37th week here. I've noticed that we're starting to wear patches in the grass. That is both heartening and disheartening. But to know that we've created a safe space for people to be held and tell their stories and be brave and be bold, we feel very lucky.
Organizers say they plan to continue gathering each week as they advocate for changes to immigration detention policies and the treatment of immigrants. For WMNF News, I'm Daria Mironova in Clearwater.
President Trump is sharply reducing the size of two national monuments in Utah. The move to shrink Bears Ears and Grand Staircase Escalante national monuments by about 90% unravels protections established by former presidents for areas with unique archaeological and historical features. It comes as Republicans under Trump have sought to drastically reshape the management of vast taxpayer-owned lands concentrated in western states. Republicans have moved to expand oil and gas drilling, ramp up logging, and remove habitat protections for imperiled species. The altered monuments had been designated under the Antiquities Act. That's a 1906 law meant to preserve important sites. Democrats and conservationists warn of the disposal of treasured landscapes for commercial gain. Federal ICE agents have killed another person, this time a Colombian immigrant in Maine. Pacifica Radio's Jesse Lent has this report, beginning with the statement from Maine resident and witness Daniel Boucher.
ICE agent got out, tried to open the door and had a difficult time, but eventually opened it and pulled the guy out. His face was bloody, his head was bloody. And I clearly heard the victim say, "I tried to stop." Clearly heard him say that.
71-year-old Biddeford, Maine resident Daniel Boucher breaks down as he describes to the AP witnessing an ICE agent open fire on Juan Sebastian Guerrero, a Colombian immigrant, while he was still in his vehicle at 7:20 in the morning, according to the New York Times.
That report from Pacifica Radio's Jesse Lent. It'll be partly cloudy and hot today with afternoon showers or thunderstorms, highs in the low 90s. Cloudy tonight, overnight lows in the high 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with near record high temperatures in the mid 90s, and expect more rain on Friday. I'm Sean Kinane with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.